Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of When the World Was Black and White. And today we are going to talk about the 1931 Universal Monsters classic, Frankenstein. This is a film that I grew up watching. My dad was a big fan of the Universal Monster movies growing up. And in turn, it got me into these films also. The Universal Monster movies are a great starting point for breaking kids into horror films. They're safe, fun horror films that, you're not going to have to worry about language, you're not going to have to worry about gore, sexuality, anything like that. Therefore, this is a breaking ground for a lot of people to get into horror. I wouldn't necessarily say this was my introduction to horror, but I have very many fond memories of watching Frankenstein and the other Universal Monster movies growing up. It is a really great film, just a masterpiece film all the way around if you ask me. This sits at number 10 on my all-time favorite horror films list. And it's a film that just never gets old. I really truly love this film. And this is my favorite out of all the Universal Monster movies. I mean, I love them all, but this is the one that I would consider to be my favorite. I just love Boris Karloff's performance in this. It is just so great. Nothing had been seen like this up until this point. And the special effects done by Jack Pierce in this film is just so amazing. I mean, even to this day, when you see this film, last night was the first time I had seen this on Blu-ray, and even in HD, when they show Boris Karloff up close, the makeup effects look fantastic. I mean, they are just so well done. Colin Clive, that plays Victor Frankenstein in this movie, also does a great job. A man that is trying to mimic God. He is trying to be God and make this creation. Just the cautionary tale behind this film, of how mankind should not try to mess around with nature so much. There is a price to pay when you go a little bit too far. And I think the cautionary tale of this film speaks even more highly today than what it did when this film first came out. There's just a lot of things going on in the world where, sometimes you think we might be just going a little bit too far. And this film shows you, sometimes going too far, you have to pay the price in a big way. One of the things that I did not know, watching this for so many years, was how loosely based this is on the source material of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I did not read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein until I was in my 20s. And when I read the book, I was amazed at how different the film is from the book. And it's just crazy, considering how great of a classic this film is and how great of a classic the book is. They are two very different stories. Frankenstein in this movie is more of a sympathetic character. In the book, he's more, he's darker. He's more like the criminal element of him comes out, I think, more in the book. He speaks in the book, whereas in this, he doesn't. He just does the grunts and the lunges and stuff that became legendary of Boris Karloff's performance. But Frankenstein to me is just the definition of a masterpiece. It is, like I've said, it is a go-to film for me. I watch this film multiple times every year. I always do. It's just a film that never gets old. It's one of those films that I talked about in the introduction for this series. It gives me a warmth, a comfort, a happiness out of it, and it's just a great film all the way around, guys. And like I said, this is one that's really good to break kids into horror films, any of these Universal Monster movies, for sure. And this Blu-ray looks great. I was totally amazed at how well this film cleaned up and how awesome it looks. So guys, as you probably already know, Frankenstein for me gets an easy 10 out of 10 and my highest recommendation. It's one of the greatest horror films ever made, and it's withstood the test of time, and it will continue to withstand the test of time and to inspire people. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of When the World Was Black and White, and I will see you all soon with another video. Thanks for watching, guys.